Fight, fight, and fight once again. What's up, 23% Nation? It's your boy, Coach D. And guys, today I'm back with part two of our brand new video series. I got into a fight, and of all days, on Forgiveness Day. So, welcome to part two of this amazing video series. I got into a fight. So, guys, without any further delay, let's go ahead and dive right on in. Okay, now before we get into all the specifics about part two, guys, we got to remember something. Number one, this whole video series stems from a very tragic incident that happened during the 23% challenge. That's right, guys. A gentleman who was actually participating in the challenge actually reached out to me. And he told me, he was like, listen up, Coach D. I really enjoyed the challenge, but I got into a fight with my girlfriend on Forgiveness Day, which, by the way, is day 5. And so I wanted to basically address this issue with anyone in the future or anyone who is presently participating in the challenge. Why? Because I want your 7 days to be successful, happy, and ultimately seamless. I don't want anybody getting into a fight. So guys, let's pay attention to Coach D's tips. This way, you'll avoid a fight, and you never know, you may end up making love. All right. Now, before we get into the second tip, guys, let's remember a few things. Forgiveness is all about letting go. That's right. So it's time for us to release the resentment, right? So if you resent someone, or maybe you resent a part of yourself, let it go. All right. It's also an opportunity for us to rid ourselves of those low frequency emotions, such as hate, animosity, and also contempt. Now, this is something that you may or may not know, that harboring feelings of resentment, hate, hostility, contempt, and animosity, believe it or not, that is one sure way to attract health problems. Now, later on, I'll do another video about the relationship between low frequency emotions and disease and illness, but for now, I'll just leave it at that. Okay? So once again, guys, let's get rid of the resentment. Let's get rid of the anger. All right? And so let's now dive into tip number 2. Shh. Be quiet. That's right, guys. What you have to understand is that you probably have just dropped a ton of feelings and emotions, as well as words, to someone else. So what you have to do is you gotta be quiet after you speak. Allow the other person to share their thoughts and their feelings against whatever it is you are saying. You see, guys, when you decide to forgive someone or to ask for forgiveness, this in and of itself can be a very tumultuous experience, not only for you, but it's also going to be potentially a very traumatic experience for the other person. So just as they were quiet and just as they listened to you babble on about whatever it is you're forgiving or asking forgiveness for, you in turn have to show them the same level of kindness. That's right. It's common courtesy. So once they begin to speak while you're being quiet, then allow them to fully express themselves. Now, this is not an opportunity for you to get into a back and forth battle between who's right and who's wrong. Once again, the entire purpose of Forgiveness Day is really all about you. It's not necessarily about the other person. Now, that doesn't mean that you should dismiss their thoughts and feelings, but do them a little bit of kindness and actually listen. That way, maybe you can understand it from their perspective. Remember that little thing about empathy, okay? Try to empathize. But please follow tip number 2. Once you speak, once you get it all out in the open, shh, be quiet. That's right, guys. Allow the other person to share their thoughts and their feelings about what just transpired. Okay? I really, really hope this second tip helps you out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Coach D, and I want to thank you for watching. I definitely want to thank you for listening. And as always, eat well, feel well, think well, do well, and ultimately it's all about being well. Guys, of course, you know me and the rest of the 23% Nation. We want to know what's going on with you. So here's our question of the day. What's easier for you to do? Forgive or ask for forgiveness? Let us know. We have inquiring minds. Once again, my dear ladies and gentlemen, 23% Nation, this is Coach D. I'm signing out, and definitely stay tuned for part 3. Why? Because it is definitely coming to you very soon. Take care. God bless.